Take 5 with Ricovibes, the ultimate in entertainment. Live interviews, social commentary, and so much more. Go tell somebody you're now locked into Take 5 with Ricovibes.
What's up, everybody? It's yours truly, Ricovibes. This is Take 5. I got a special guest in the building. And she goes by the name of Crystal Milkshake, right?
Yes, sir.
You know that's the first thing I got to ask you about this milkshake. How does the milkshake drop into your name now?
Well, my dancing name is Milkshake, right?
Okay.
But my first legal name,
right.
birth name is Crystal.
Okay.
But Milkshake is a dance name I had since the age of 18.
Mm-hmm. But why milkshake, though?
So Milkshake came from a T-shirt that I had, that I bought, not realizing that the shirt would have gave me the name. It came about, it was a DJ. I don't remember the DJ name. It's sad. I wish I remember his name. But let's just say I used to go to BMCC back in Manhattan, New York.
Okay.
And I was at the school party. And they had a new dance. I was out by Elephant Man. And I started doing the dance. And the guy was like, yo, what's your name? Because I love the way you dance. And I was like, I was stumped because I didn't have a name for him. And then he said, you know what? I'm going to call you Milkshake. You see, you got vanilla and chocolate. Scratch that. And we're going to call you Milkshake. So from now on, your name is Milkshake.
Really?
And then the guys from my school, I'll never forget, from that day on, every time they saw me, it was Milkshake. So then the whole school just started calling me Milkshake. And from then, the name just stuck.
Wow. At what age was this?
I was like, 18, 19 years old?
So you were dancing before then, or that's when you got your real big break?
Well, actually, I've been dancing since I was 5.
Okay.
I've been professionally dancing since I was 5. Went to dancing school. My mother put me in school.
Really?
So
you knew at 5 that's what you wanted to do?
That's what I wanted to do. Yep, 5 years old. I started with ballet.
Wow. So where are you originally from?
I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York.
Okay, so you was born in Brooklyn.
Yes, born and raised in Brooklyn, New York.
Do you have Caribbean parents or anything?
Yes, so my mom is Grenadian and my dad is Jamaican.
Okay, so you got the best of
both worlds. I like to say the best of both worlds.
Right, wow. So have you been to those places?
I've been to both places, yes.
Which one do you like better?
I can't say that.
I thought I would put you on the spot.
Because I like to say every island is special and different in its own way. So Grenada has a beautiful part about it I love. Jamaica has a beautiful part about it I love. I love both islands. So I've been traveling to both islands since the age of 5, 6? Whoa. So yeah.
So you've been traveling for a minute.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's get back into the dancing though. So when did you decide you wanted to do it or dance professionally?
I can say, back to college. I was in college, and at the time, I've been through the whole genres. I've done ballet, I've done tap, I've done modern, I've done contemporary. I even did praise dance too. Do it. I can still do it, by the way. Yeah, it's dance in the church, and I also used to dance for my school, school team, my high school team. We had a hip hop team, we had a praise dance team, and in that moment when I left high school, I was like, I like hip hop, but I want to do something different. I want something that's gonna make me move, make me energize, make me flow. And dancehall was always played through my house. Right. And then it dawned on me because I'm like, everybody always asking me what's the new dance. It never fails.
Wow.
Everybody asks me what's the new dance from since way back 96, 95, and I always knew what the new dance was. So I said, why don't I start dancing in reggae, dancing in dancehall? But I didn't know how to go about it. Right. But then I started seeing people that I know was dancing in parties, then they was getting bookings, and then I started seeing it on music videos. So like I'm seeing people that I know in Elephant Man Pond the River video. Then I see Sean. I'm like, wait a second, I know these guys in Sean Paul video. Not give me the like. I don't really care what people say.
Okay.
That video.
Get busy.
Yeah, right. So when I saw it, I was like, wait a second. So I'm like, I wanna do this too. Right. And then a friend of mine was saying, well, let's start. The best thing to do is go to the clubs. I was like, I'm only 19. I don't want to be in the parties like that.
Everybody go to the clubs at the young age.
At the young age, but I was so fragile because my mother was strict.
Gotcha.
She would let me go out, but it have to be with a certain person or a certain person that's older than me that could be there to watch over me and stuff. And eventually, I said, I'm gonna take the risk. And I started going parties in Brooklyn. And then next thing you know, I started dancing. And then we started having rehearsals. And then friends of mine was like, hey, let's form a group. And then I'm like, okay, so where's the other girls? It was like, it's just you.
So you were the one girl?
One girl with 5 guys.
Wow. What was the name of the group?
Face Off.
Face Off?
Yes.
Okay.
One girl with 5 guys. And it was, I won't say it was intimidating because it really wasn't. But it was more like, I want to have other girls with me too, just sort of with the guys. But eventually... it just happened that way.
Gotcha.
So I used to rehearse with them. I used to practice with them, and we rehearse every day, 4 days a week, 5 days a week. Sometime literally to like 12 o'clock in the morning.
Really?
Literally, like every day we was at it. We were at it. And then soon enough we met our first manager. Her name is Donna Ray. Big up. Well,
I know Donna.
You know Donna Ray, right? So Donna
Small
Ray.
world.
Yes, it is. Yeah. Her name is Rock.
Yeah.
Big up Rock if you're there.
I actually know her as Rock, to be honest.
Rock,
with you.
but I'm gonna say Rock 'cause that's what she likes to be known as. So I would just say Rock. So she saw the talent in us, and she was like, she's big on dancehall, reggae culture, Jamaican culture.
Yep, she is.
So she said, you know what, you guys are different. I want to let me start booking you guys and putting you on shows. So, I mean, it wasn't an easy road. We did the Apollo.
Right.
We got booed off the Apollo.
You got booed off the Apollo?
We got booed off the Apollo.
Were you that bad?
We weren't bad. I just feel like because Apollo is a different type of demographic.
It's mostly American.
It's mostly American crowd. Back then, dancehall wasn't as in the American arena as big as it is now. Gotcha. Yes, people knew a couple of songs, and it was biased too, because if you wasn't doing hip hop, you wasn't popping and crunking, and you wasn't doing do the bread, you wasn't doing all that. Nobody wasn't trying to hear you.
Yep.
Anyhow, so we went to the Apollo, but we didn't stop. We didn't really care about that. We didn't stop. We just wanted to get the exposure. So we went to Apollo. We did shows. We even traveled to Florida. We went to the clubs in Florida, started dancing in Florida. We went to clubs in Virginia. Whoa. Like we literally we did road trips. Wow. We went to Boston. Wow. Like she worked very hard to get us to connect. I'm telling you, like that's one thing I could give to The Rock. Donna, I know I'm sorry, Donna, but I have to say it. But one thing I do give to her, she's very hard working in that arena. Like one thing for sure, and when she believes in something, she believes in it, and she pushed, and even when times she couldn't stand us at times. But one thing that she could always say, when she said rehearsal, we was there. We did photo shoots, like we did everything. So I feel like a lot of my skills come from that, being around those guys, because they pushed me.
Gotcha.
And when you're the only girl, everybody's looking at you.
Gotcha.
Everybody's watching you. They're like, okay, 5 boys and 1 girl. Okay, what's she about? But I was the girl that, head top, I didn't do.
Okay.
Can I split? Absolutely. Did I do it? No. Okay. So that was the difference too, because people would ask questions like, but you don't go on your head top, you don't split. A lot of girls would wind up and stuff. I would not do it at all. Okay. So I always wanted to be different. So you had routines? We had routines, but we also had moves.
Gotcha.
But we just flow whatever music came on in the club, like literally. But we would go Connecticut. I'm talking about, name it. Connecticut, the Bronx, Westchester, Pennsylvania. We were all over. We were all over, so yeah.
So when did you decide to do the solo thing? So
the solo thing happened everything happened for me at BMCC. That's crazy. Come to think of it. It happened at BMCC. I remember a friend of mine that I met in college. Her name is Nikki Spice. Shout out to Nikki Spice. She and I got closer in college. And we was going out here and there. And one day she saw me dancing and she was like, my girl, your body though? And I was like, thanks, but I'm not thinking of it because I'm just having fun. I'm just enjoying myself. And then not knowing that she spoke to somebody who was an agent. It was Lexi from VIP Connected.
Oh, Lexi.
Did not know. Lexi from. Did not know she knew who. I didn't know who Lexi was. I mean, I'm a dancer. I'm not looking into business or whatever. I'm just having fun. And then she ended up telling me, like, I'm going to bring Lexi to... She said, I'm going to bring Lexi to the school. So I'm like, who's Lexi? So she's like, well, Lexi's from VIP Connected. She's a booking agent. She's an international booking agent. She books a lot of big artists, not just dancehall, but American, pop, you name it. She does music festivals, everything. So a lot of things in the Caribbean. So I was like, all right, cool, bring her. So I'm like, cool, bring her. So I'm pumped. I'm like, bring her. So we did an audition. And we had girls come to the class. We had a classroom. We took one of the classrooms. I know we weren't supposed to do this, but we did it. So we took one of the classrooms, and she had her come. And I remember Lexi coming in. She sat down in front by the desk, and it was my turn to go. And I started dancing. She said, "Okay." She said, "I'll be in touch, Nikki." She said, "No problem." All of a sudden, I got a call. I think it was a couple of days later. She said, "Girl, you ready?" I said, "Ready for what?" She was like, "You got the gig." I said, I got the gig.
Which gig was? Oh, you didn't know you was auditioning for a gig?
I knew I was auditioning, but I didn't know I was auditioning for until she told me what it was. She said, listen, she said, I'm going to break it down to you. You just got a gig with Lexi, meaning Lexi's going to start booking you with artists. Okay. And the test run is going to be, she's going to actually take you to Tortola, British Virgin Islands, and you're going to go on this first show with Tony Matterhorn. I was like, wait, Tony Matterhorn, the DJ, the Clash King from Jamaica, that Tony Matterhorn. She was like, yes, that same Tony Matterhorn. I said, from King Addy? She was like, yes, that same Tony Matterhorn. I was like, okay.
Did he have Dirty Wine at this point?
It was coming.
Oh, it was coming. Okay.
It was coming. And then, matter of fact, Dirty Wine dropped. But I didn't know how big it was going to get until when I went to Tortola. It was big in Tortola. And then I was like, wait a second. And then I started to hear more and more as I started going out more. I started hearing it more. And then when I had the radio, I started hearing it play on Hot 97. Yeah. Then I started hearing it play on 105.1. Then I started hearing it play. Then everybody just started playing. And back then we had MySpace. We didn't have TikTok and Instagram.
That's how long ago this was.
Right. We didn't have all these things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. MySpace.
But we had MySpace. And I remember people were putting that on their page. Like that was the hottest thing back then. When you had MySpace, you put the hottest song on your page. Yeah. And you had your background, and every page I wanted, it was that song, Dirty Wine. And people started playing it. And I'm in the streets, I'm hearing, I'm like, wait, this guy's about to blow up. So when we went to the British Virgin Islands, I was like, wow, is this really happening? So I remember going to Lexi's office, and she was like, well, we're going to do a test run. We're going to do this show, and then we're going to take it from there. I said, all right, no problem. Went to the British Virgin Islands. Unfortunately, that show got canceled. We were on the island. Won't go into details what happened, but I would just say we had to leave the next day.
Okay. Right?
We had to leave the next day from the island. So when we left the British Virgin Islands, we came back to the U.S. We sat down. Tony had another show coming. So the bookings were coming in now. Now people are starting like, okay, So now Dirty Wine song is starting to ring bells. So now everybody is playing in the clubs. You know, once things start ringing in the clubs, you know it's over.
Yep.
So now every time you go to a party, I'm hearing Dirty Wine. Dirty Wine, my girl, Dirty Wine. So I'm like, okay. So now the next show, I'll be honest, I'm trying to remember what the next show was. I'm going back. So St. Kitts, I think it was St. Kitts? Yes, St. Kitts. They asked of him to perform, and they put me on the flyer. So I'm like, wow, this is official. So it's officially, so I sat down, we went to St. Kitts. When I say out the park, I made a routine with that on that song, and I actually had another female that also came on tour with me, with him, and we performed that song, and it was a hit. And from then, Tony was like, yeah, this is it.
So how long did you tour with him?
Like almost 2 years.
2 years, wow. That's all you did?
Years. That's all I did. All I did was tour with him. And
what was that experience like, though?
I mean, it was crazy,
Really?
but it was fun. No, crazy but fun. Crazy in a good way. Crazy in a good way because for me it's a culture shock, and it was a culture shock because remember I'm just an ordinary girl from Brooklyn, New York. You know, I go out, have fun. I'm just a person I love to have fun, hang out with my friends. You know, talk, have a good time, enjoying life, not realizing my life is about to go my life just went to a twist, and it turned into now I'm traveling. So now people are like, yo, you're international dancer now, right? That will forever be your title.
Right.
So I'm like, it didn't click. It didn't really click because I'm like, really? They said, no, you don't understand what's about to happen. Your career is about to take off. Like, you're about to start touring now. And now, like, less and less, I started going to the clubs less and less because as the more I toured with him, the more people started seeing who I was. And I would go out time to time, don't get me wrong, but eventually I had to slow down a little bit. But just going on tour with him, I had a lot of fun. I would say crazy, and like just to see people show him so much love.
Wow. And that was the height.
That was the height of his career.
And
I'm gonna tell you when it hit home, when he had his press release party. They had a press release party for him. Lexi had a press release party for him in New York. You remember the club Mars 2112?
Yes.
Which the club is not there. That was such a dope club, by the way. I'm mad they closed that club down, but that was such an amazing club in Manhattan. They had the press release party, and that's when I knew. I was like, yeah, this is about to blow up. Because it was so much press, like left and right cameras, this person, journalists. I mean, it was packed. Artists, you name it, DJ, big time DJ like Bobby Connor's on Jabba from Hot 97, and then I was just like, it was just so much. It was a lot, but I enjoyed it. It was fun. It was a great ride. I can say definitely, we had a lot of fun. That's one thing for sure. And just seeing how people was reacting. I mean, females. I mean, everybody, like down to the kids, like Tony, better. I was just like, wait.
Would you say that was the height of your career as well?
I can say that was the height of my career too. I could definitely say that because and I thank him for bringing me on tour with him. To this very day, like Tony, if you're watching this, I appreciate you. You know, because honestly, he could have picked anybody else. He could have picked a dancer from Jamaica. He could pick a dancer from any other state or somebody, because there's plenty of dancers in New York City.
True.
It's a lot. It's a lot of dancers from New York City. But when I got chosen, I was very grateful. And I'm still grateful to this day. I'm even grateful for Lexi for taking out the time to sit down and even auditioning me for that. And that's when we signed the contract, and boom, I became Tony Matterhorn's dancer, traveler.
So what other highlights do you have from, other than being a touring dancer for Tony Matterhorn, what other highlights do you want to talk about in your career?
I do my own production videos.
Okay.
So I do choreography. So what I do is I have a I could say a mind for creative direction.
Okay.
So creative director for music videos.
Okay.
Like, I love doing that. Like, give me a song and say, listen, here's a song. I want to do a music video. Come up with an idea.
Gotcha.
I love doing that. I'll come up with a treatment. I'll come up with scenes. Like, I like, that's another part of me I love to do. Like the choreograph of the video itself.
Have you done any?
I have.
Okay.
I've done Davil.
Okay.
Davil had a song called Wine Your Wine. He had that song in the past. I did that video. I also done, I was going to work with unfortunately, I was going to work with an artist, but the song couldn't release at the time. Deuce Benny. He's a big time videographer down here. He's also an artist too. He's going to work on some stuff, but unfortunately we couldn't move forward at the time. But I was going to do some stuff with him also, and I also did my own stuff, to be honest with you too.
Okay.
So I did another one for there's an artist by the name of Judah Fire, up and coming wicked artist. I did one of his videos as well too. Did the choreography, outfits, you name it. I did everything. Got the makeup artist. Like, it was a whole production.
Gotcha.
Whole production. One thing for sure, working with me, I like to make dancers feel like how dancers should feel, like the stars that they are. Even though sometimes people might not think dancers are not the star, they're just the background. But a lot of times, if it wasn't for dancers, sometimes some artists' performances wouldn't even be anything.
But is dancing still as big as it used to be? I remember back in the quote-unquote heyday of dancing, dancers used to be the stars.
Yes.
You know, you had the Bogles, you had the John Hype and those guys. Are there anybody like that now?
To me, from this is from my opinion, I see like dancing is still going.
Right, of course.
You know, as you know, dancing is still going. People are still making up dances, but to
Ding
me,
Dong, of course, is still.
Yes, because Ding Dong now, his career done went for a turn as well. His career went from dancing to now he's an artist.
Correct.
So now he takes his dancing into an artistry, but that helps push more dancers into his artistry, what he's doing. Which I love the fact that he's doing that.
Correct.
You know, to me, I feel like it's not like how it used to be back in the day. It was a time back in the day when you would go to a club and there's promoters scouting for dancers, looking for dancers for their music videos, looking for dancers to be on their shows, or looking for, or artists is just looking for a dancer, and their management's out looking for that because they need that. Nowadays it's different. Now everything is social media now.
Yeah.
You know, it's social media, and it's all about who you know. I mean, it's always been about who you know, but at the same time, social media. It's not like one time when
and it's also the color of your skin as well.
I mean, I'm beautiful regardless. So
I'm just saying, you know, it's that high yellow, you know.
But I mean, I feel like a lot of dancers are getting more recognized. I mean, even though that is a point to that with the color of your skin, but I look at it more now. A lot of people are getting more and more. It's just about now, how are you entertaining the people? If you could pull a crowd, that's what they're looking for.
Gotcha.
If you have that, you have that following, that's what people are. That's what our promoters are looking more for now. The following, you know, how much work that you have done. So they're looking into your background. So it's more of that, and and if people are seeing you. Social media has took over so much to the point where now it's like how much people are seeing you out there now. Who knows you out there now?
True.
You know what I mean?
True.
You know, and it's about how much followers you have. Because now they're looking for that blue check, or they're looking for the influencers. Because that's what it is now. It's not like before when social media wasn't that hot like that.
Right.
But we have already know numerous artists I used to see in clubs. I mean, management. I didn't even know it was management. They would just come and see, who's that person right there? You know what I mean? But it's also too being around the right people as well.
Correct. And the right place at the right time.
Right place at the right time. So to me, it's different nowadays. It is different. I could definitely say that.
But you have also recently diversified your career. You're doing MCing now. Talk a little bit about that. How did you get into that? So
MCing started in my 20s. Let's just say I went to St. Lucia band launch, carnival launch. They had for their carnival. So the day that I went, this was back in, I think it was like 2015, 14, if I'm not mistaken. Anywho, for some reason the host didn't show up. The host didn't show up, and a friend of mine, she was very close to the coordinator for the St. Lucia band carnival launch. And she's like, so the coordinator came in, she's like, I need a host. So the host is not here. I don't remember what happened, but she's like, the host is not here and I need a host. So my friend is like, oh, Milky could do it. I said, I'm sorry, who? She's like, Milkshake could do it. I was like, listen, I'm good. I'm not with it. I'm fine. Let me just enjoy the show. They're like, no, she can do it. She has great personality. And then I was like, wow. And my biggest fear was talking in front of people. I didn't like talking in front of people on a microphone. Public speaking was one of my biggest fears. However,
you wouldn't know it now.
Of course. But let me dance in front of you. I'll do that all day. Right. But to be doing that, so I said, no, Crystal, take the challenge. Take the challenge. Just take it. Just do it. You just never know. Did it. She was so happy at the end. I didn't even enhance on it yet. 2009, I got a call to do a fashion week in New York, downtown Brooklyn. Did fashion week. I did that show. Did that. The woman was so appalled by it. She said, thank you so much. I still didn't ring a bell. It's when I did last year, I came down here and I got a gig with the Atlanta Carnival. Somebody, I don't know who did put the word in. No, I know who put the word. I'm lying. I do. Sorry about that, guys. But I do know who put the word in. And then the lady just came out and, like, the woman, Patricia, she just came out and said, how you like to MC our band launch? I said, just so? I was like, okay, I'll do it. I said, no problem. I said, I'll definitely do it. Went, did it, and I had so much fun doing it. And then I had a time of reflection. I'm saying, wait a second, I've been doing this MCing thing for a while now. I just never really took upon it and ran with it. Right. So then that's when I said, you know what? Yeah, this is I'm about to up level my career, and I'm going into MC hosting. And that's when I got the gig with the Atlanta Carnival, doing their backstage hosting, the production, everything. I did their road show, meaning that the show leading up until the carnival, and I got a chance to speak to some great artists, some amazing artists. I got a chance to interview amazing artists, people in the business, DJs, even people that most people don't even know about because they're behind the scenes. So that was a great experience. So that's when I knew, like, I'm ready to take this to the next level. Yeah, that's what I want to do. Yeah.
Are you going to do it again for 2023?
Yes, so I will be your host backstage. Yes, I
2023 big time host.
Yes,
where do you want to take it? Do you see a ceiling for you as to where you want to take it?
Not at all. Like, literally, I could see myself doing the BET Award show.
Okay.
I could even see myself doing the American Music Award show. Okay. Like, that's how big I see it. Golden Globes.
No, you're really going for the big boys.
I mean, Grammys, I'm just saying.
How about your dancing? I know you're still, you still do your dancing and stuff.
Yes.
How about that?
I still do my dancing. Right now, where my focus is going to be on dance is helping other people.
Okay.
Helping people more into the health and wellness of things. Meaning, because I realize now, like, people always asking me questions about health. How do you eat better? How do you meal plan? How do you do it? Or how you just go and work out? Like, I get so many questions. Or can I work out with you? Or can you and I always get those questions. So that's when I would say, let me take that and help other people to lose weight. Because sometimes people do need that little push. Right. Sometimes, and not sometimes, all the time, you need an accountability partner. Gotcha. Because accountability partner will help you get where they will push you.
Absolutely.
And because a lot of times you can't just depend on yourself. Because you know what I mean? And we all human. We all human. So I look at it as I want to help more people with the health and wellness because instead of just doing dance, do like a dance exercise kind of form. Got it. Helping folks, showing them how to eat better, showing them what to eat, because that's the next big thing too. A lot of people don't do their research. Eating has a lot to do especially on your health journey. You can't say I'm gonna go eat some burger and fries and go work out tomorrow. I think that's going. That's not it. That's not it at all. Like, I remember one time somebody asked me, I'll never forget this. A person that I know asked me a question about what they should eat. They want to eat healthy and eat better. So the person said, "Can I at least cook up some saltfish and eat with green banana?" I said, "No." Not at all.
Us Caribbean folks, we like that stuff.
You know what I'm saying? I said nothing wrong with having some saltfish, but if you want to make the saltfish, you see all that oil and seasoning. You got I said no, we can't do the regular oil. Nope. Gotcha. I said we got to prepare that a little differently. And then instead of having a whole banana, half a green banana, no dumpling, too much starch.
Wow.
And I started breaking down into them. They're like, I can't even do that. I said, no. I said, listen, it's either you're going to do it or you're not going to do it. That's what it comes down to. Working out is not just something that you just pick up today and just say, that's it. No, you're going to go full throttle or you're not. Because the minute you don't see results, then you're gonna come blame me. Oh, I'm not seeing results, and I'm not this. Because what are you doing the necessary things to get to where you need to be? So and it's not an easy thing to change. It really isn't. But that's why I want to take my dance exercise to help other people with that. I want to help them on that form of helping the community, helping more people lose weight, helping more people, showing them the right way, you know, because we all need guidance in something, you know, so yeah.
I see in the clubs, man, you be running around some guys in there. You know, is that, you know, is that like, you know, don't try to be modest. You know, how do you keep up with the latest dances?
Well, but first I would ask you, who am I? I'll be honest with you. I don't really run with anybody.
No, running around them.
Oh, you mean run? Oh, you mean like run around them? Oh, I didn't even say running with them. I said, no,
running around them, meaning that you're outdoing them.
Oh, thank you. How do I keep with the latest dances? Me personally, I watch. I pay attention when I go out, when I go to parties. Sometimes I don't even want to dance, to be honest. People do draw me out time to time, and sometimes the certain songs that I hear do draw me out. I pay attention, I watch, I see what's new, I see what's out there. And then also, too, now that we got social media, TikTok and everything, I watch TikTok sometimes, or I watch, or I go on Instagram and I'll see what new dances is out. And being that I know of the popular dances that are out now, like dances in New York or dances down here or dances in Jamaica, I'll watch the new dance that's out, and I'll be like, oh, that's the new dance. And then a lot of times too, sometimes I'll be in my home practicing mode when I'm out, you know. It don't look like I am, but sometimes I do.
I'll be in your own world.
I'll be on my own little world.
Exactly. Exactly.
So so I will look at the dance, and then I'll see if I'll like, all right, see what I can do. I'll do 1, 2. I'll practice it. Then when I go to the club and I hear the song, I'll start practicing the club, and I say, okay, I got it.
Okay.
And that's how I stay with the new dances.
So how can folks get in contact with you? You know, somebody might want a choreographer, somebody might want a director. You know, how do they reach you?
So basically, like this, my Instagram handle is _Crystal Milkshake. All right, and then you can also reach out to me there. All my information is there. My email, my phone number. Yes, I do have a phone number that you can contact me if you're looking for a choreographer, MC. I'm your girl. Okay. Let me say one more thing. If you are looking for a creative director for your music video, yes, I do that as well. You can also contact me there, _Crystal Milkshake.
There you go. I don't think there's anything else to say. You said it all.
I did. Oh. Did I answer all your questions?
And some. Folks, this has been another edition of Take 5. My special guest today, Crystal Milkshake, choreographer, dancer, everything, director, everything.
And thank you for having me, Rico. I appreciate you.
My pleasure. We'll catch you next time on another edition of Take 5.
Take 5 with Ricovibes, the ultimate in entertainment. Live interviews, social commentary, and so much more. Go tell somebody. You're now locked into Take 5 with Ricovibes.